What's up? Hello. Sorry for that weird, what's up? Sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm back for a new video. And the one that y'all have been excited, well, one that I think that most people are excited for the year, sounds like to me, well, me personally, the one I think that everybody's excited for, say hello to the turkeys. Yeah, for this list, I have the best albums of 2022. Now, these are not, it's kind of like the worst, kind of like the honorable mentions. These are not in a particular order. There's no top one, there's no bottom one. These are just my personal favorites of 2022. There's no first, there's no second place, there's none of that. There's our 15 songs. These are 15 albums that I chose from 2022. And here's something else that I also wanted to say. That the projects that came out in December, I chose not to put on here, like the Metro project came very, very close to being on the top list. It seriously did. But I chose not to do the projects that came out December, just for the simple fact that I feel like that it still needs time to be considered a top project. So yeah, and I also came very close to putting the Ab-Soul project here too, because I really liked it a lot, but I didn't because it came out on Friday. So yeah, so here's my best albums of 2022. My personal best, my personal favorites of 2022. So here we go. To start off, we have Abel with Dawn FM. With Dawn FM. Man, look. So he dropped a great project in, I think it was 2020, 2019, 2020. I can't remember what year it was, but it was After Hours. And that project is still my favorite Abel. Like, that is my favorite project from Abel, top to bottom. Like, truly is. Don't think that he can top it, but he came very close to with this project here. This project was a very great way of showing how far Abel has come in, musically wise. Is shown how far he's come in. It just shows how far he's come in when it comes to his music. How much he's matured. How much he's really just grown, and it's really just it really shows a mature style to his music. And the features there on that project, sure, they didn't really fit. Some of them, like the feature with Tyler the Creator, the feature with Wayne. Some of them didn't really fit on here, true, but I still think that it's a great project, top to bottom. It really is, and I feel like a lot of people don't like it just for the simple fact that they were expecting something else. So yeah, but it was a great project. So the first one, the next project I have written down here is Black Country New Road with their album Ants from Up There. Look, and I say that how do I describe this in words? This project made me damn near cry. Like, when I talk about a project that really tugs at the heartstrings, really does a good job of telling a story, this project from Black Country New Road. Now, I had So I heard the name before of Black Country New Road, but a friend of mine actually talked to me and showed me this project, and he told me to go check it out. So I did, and gosh, dude, like this one, it is an incredible project, incredible, top to bottom. Like the way the story is telling, so much happens on this album. Just it really tugs at your heartstrings. It really makes you feel a sense of nostalgia. Like, if I had to pick a favorite, that would be a contender. Seriously. That would be incredible. And I'm so excited to hear more projects on them. And it's just incredible. They are incredible. And his project was truly incredible. So yeah, the next project I have on here is for Freddie Gibbs with Sold Separately. And I came kind of back and forth with Freddie Gibbs being on the list, but I feel like it truly deserves it. I feel like with Sold Separately, he tried something new, brand new. Because I feel like Freddie Gibbs was telling a story here with this project, but I also feel like he was trying to show the world that he can, or show all the people, that he can rap on any style. Like, and I mean, he showed that here. He really did. And I feel like he really showed that, and he showed a great job. And, with his past projects with Alfredo and Tana, and just those projects, he already know what he's capable of. But with Sold Separately, he really tried for something here. He tried brand new styles, new flows, and I feel like he showed how great he can do in any real style. And by the way, that song Hearted was so great. Was a great song. So yeah. And the next one I have on here is a personal favorite of mine, Big KRIT with Digital Roses Don't Die. So when it comes to KRIT, I feel like that, well, specifically the project here, this project I feel like for some reason a lot of people really didn't know he dropped. But I'm a huge fan of KRIT. Like, when it comes to rappers from this generation, I feel like KRIT needs more credit. He really does. He is incredible. He dropped my favorite project from 2017. He dropped, and he dropped a great album here in 2020. He also dropped a really great album from 2019 too. But he dropped a great album here too. Like, Big KRIT is a rapper from this generation that needs to get more credit, more flowers. He truly does. This showed just his storytelling. This showed his just the way he can rap, his voice, just the way he can, he's an example of a good of someone from today who has an old soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has that old classic, like othering hip hop type feel. Like, and it's just great. Like, he sounds good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, great project. And the next project I have on here is Conway, The Machine, with God Don't Make Mistakes. So Griselda had a fantastic year in 2022. They had Conway dropping, God Don't Make Mistakes. And by the way, an incredible project, just flawless rapping from Conway. And he dropped a great project too with with Hannah Talk 4, and Westside did too. So I mean, yeah, Griselda had a great year. This project here from Conway was great. Just, flawless. His voice, like I always say, he just sounded great. Just great rapping from Conway on here. Just, yeah, that's a great project. And the next project I have on here is Denzel Curry with "Melt My Eyes, See Your Future." So when it comes to Denzel, he's always had that aggressive rap style from Taboo and Ariel. He's always had that aggressive rap style. And I mean, he always sounded great. But I feel like here on this project, he tried for something brand new. He tried more of a boom bap type style, which don't get me wrong, he has done before. But he really tried something. He tried a lot more like calmer, like flows, a lot more laid back style to the songs, and I mean, it sounded great. This was a great project. It truly was, and I feel like this project really took Denzel to a whole new caliber, like it truly did, and I mean. And it truly showed that I feel like, while yes, he had respect before, but I feel like now a lot more people show him a lot more respect from this project here. He showed people that yes, he has that straight in your face, that aggressive hard style rap, but on this project he really showed how well he could truly rap. You know what I'm saying? And it just sounded great. Great storytelling on here too, by the way. And the next project I have on here is Red Hot Chili Peppers with Unlimited Love. So when it comes to Red Hot by the way, when it comes to Red Hot Chili Peppers, they are my favorite band. They're my favorite band of all time. They really are. They are my favorite band of all time. I've seen them live. I have their vinyl. I just love their music so much. Their music has done so much for me. And the fact John Frusciante came back too. They're OG guitarists from back in the day. He came back, and they recorded so much stuff, and this was my favorite project from them in 2022 because they dropped a project they actually dropped two projects in 2022, but this was my favorite for sure, hands down. Go check it out, seriously. Like, this project sounds like their older stuff, like it really does. The funky sounds combined with the Eyez sounds, just truly great. And the next album I have on here, it is 42 Dugg and ESTG with last one's left. 42 Dugg and ESTG dropped an amazing project this year. And by the way, when it comes to ESTG, he is right now my favorite artist when it comes to trap. Like, he is my favorite right now. I played so. He's just he has that old trap sound, like he does. He reminds. I'm pretty sure I've said this before in a video, but he reminds me of kind of like a Jeezy, kind of like does that Jeezy style of rapping from 2005, 2006, like. And when it comes to 42 Dugg, he sounded great in here too. And this project just was like hard hitting, slaps all the way through. Like, truly just a good album to play at the gym or if you're driving, something like that. Like, just a great project. From 42 and ESTG. Truly great. And the next album I have on here is Pusha T with It's Almost Dry. So when it comes to Pusha T, just he is the only one besides he's the only one. He's the only one I feel like that he can constantly talk about the coke rap. I don't get tired of it. Like, he talks about it in every song, but I don't care because it just sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Like this project had some of the greatest like coke rap lines from this whole year. Like, you know, he had great features on here from Eyez, from Kanye. You know, he had a great verse on here. Now, I know Kanye is saying some crazy shit right now, but he even sounded really, really good on here. Jay-Z had a great verse on here. And then, heck, like, come on, seriously. And, just all the way through great project from Pusha T. Like, yes, there are a couple songs on here that are kind of, but for the majority of the project, yeah, it's a great project. The next one I have on here is Future with I Never Liked You. So when it comes to Future, he hasn't necessarily been someone I've enjoyed the past 2 or 3 years. He had a good project. I think it was last year, or no, I'm pretty sure it was in 2020. He dropped a good project in 2020, High on Life, but I feel like that project didn't really like go anywhere, kind of. But I feel like this project here did. This is Future's best project he's dropped, I'd say, in about 5 to 6 years, though, probably. Like, this project from Future, hands down, was his best work he's done since 2015. Probably since 2017. Since 2017. It's probably the best. Since 2017, this is the best project Future's dropped since. And, you know, just very hard hitting. He even tried to change his flows. Someone here, he had a variety of stuff on here. Like, he had some slower songs, like, you know, the song with Drake and the song with Simz was really slower. He had a couple more slower songs. He had a couple songs where he was truly trying to rap. He had some hard hitting, like some slappers that you can play in the car or play at the gym. He had a variety of stuff on this album, and I feel like he really showed himself here on this album. And I feel like, you know, while yes, he said some crazy shit. He said some crazy shit on this album, but when it comes to Future, see, I've kind of come to the point now where I feel like he's just kind of there at that point where he can kind of say what he wants to, because, you know, he's kind of just that guy now. So yeah, he said some crazy shit on here, but truly the project itself was fire. Truly was. And the next one I have is Queen Bee, Beyoncé with Renaissance. Truly fantastic example of a pop star that can do house. Now I know Drake did house too, and a lot of people are saying she copied Drake. Like, shut up. No, she didn't. She had this whole project planned out, she said, for a long time. She's planning to do this album, which she said was supposed to be a house album to start with, and you know, and then she's planning to do a country album, I think she said, and she's gonna do a rock style album. So yeah, so she had this plan out for a while. So y'all quit, but no. When it comes to Beyonce and this project, sounded great. Truly has some great songs on here. Songs that you kind of can't help but to kind of, be like, dance to a little bit, that kind of style. And I feel like that is a true example of a pop star like Beyonce can do a great sound, can do a sound so great, kind of like House though can, and yeah, it's a great project. It really was. And the next one I have on here is Kendrick Lamar with Mr. Morale. So when it comes to Kendrick, he has not dropped since 2017. It's been 5 years since he's dropped, his last project. And, it was probably the most highly anticipated project of the whole year. For sure. He dropped, this project, and I feel like it's still a great project. Now I know a lot of people feel like the project was but me personally, I really, really, really cared about. I really enjoyed this project a lot. He talked about some serious shit on here. He talked about sexual assault. He talked about like trans rights. He talked about a whole lot of stuff on here, and I feel like it really showcased the sound he's really matured now. Like, I feel like he's matured before, but I feel like now he's really matured. Like, I feel like Kendrick's just at that place now where he can kind of just he's seen so much, I feel like, where he can really talk about a lot of the stuff he did on this project and can really stay with some people. And it was a truly great project. Hands down. And the next one is Westside Gunn with 10. Same as I said before for Conway and Griselda. Great. They had a great year this year. And when it comes to Westside Gunn, he has the best ad-libs, hands down. The do. That shit is great. Shit is great. It this was a great project from Westside Gunn. Just the delivery, the tone, just the way he can go in the mic, and just the way it sounds kind of makes it go like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's a great project from Westside Gunn. And the next last one I have is JID with the Forever Story. JID had a great project, and here on this project, he got a lot more personal. Like, before, he just kind of showcased his ability to rap, but I feel like he showcased, himself on this album. Like, this was a very personal project, for himself. He talked about, his life, some of the stuff he's been through, the trauma he's been through. He talked, he even tried to sing a little bit of this album. That actually sounded great. On Toby, and some of it just it just sounded great. It really did. It just sounded great, and yeah, that's all around great project from JID. Like, JID-Forever Story might so in my head, if I had to choose a favorite, that would be very close to. Like, JID really showcased himself here on this album. Like, very personal, just all around, just great. And I feel like some people might get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like he's now at the point where he might be topping J. Cole now for me. So, yeah. And the last album I have on the list is Little Simz with No Thank You. Now, I know I said that I'm not going to do albums from December, but I'm sorry. She dropped an amazing body of work here. And I feel like she is the best rapper from the UK right now. And I'm sorry, but just the way she showcased herself here on this album, like before, like the last project she dropped last year, Introvert, she was just showcasing her artistic, and and just like showcasing that side. But I feel like she was showcasing the fact that she does not care what people think. She can rap too. She can really rap, which I mean, she even showcased that last year. But she showcased it really on this year. She talked about her problems with her label and problems with some of the people that's surrounding her, right around her. Just really showcase her ability to rap. She's really showcasing she is her own like woman, showcasing she is her own. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was a great project. Now I know I said there's I'm not gonna put any projects from December, but I'm sorry, that had to go on here. But yeah, guys, that's really all so yeah, guys, that's really it. That was my best personal favorites from 2022. Y'all comment y'all's down below. And I hope to grate more projects from 2023. I really do. I might drop my anticipated of the projects list. Not sure yet, but we'll see. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. Y'all comment y'all's favorites down below, y'all's thoughts and all that. And go subscribe and like and share and all that too. You know what I mean? Helps out. And yeah, say goodbye to the turkeys. And that is it. Goodbye.